Right, it's pretty hot right now,
yes,
but there's a flood watch now on the way.
Yes, yeah, that is right. So as we go into the afternoon, there's not that much going on right now, but what we're thinking ahead to is this evening into tonight for any flooding potential. So let's jump right in. Let's start with where we're at right now. As you can see, a lot of sunshine out there. Clearly not flooding conditions outside right now as it's 84 degrees. We got a southeasterly wind, nice and light at only 3 miles an hour. That's always nice to see. You can see any early morning cloud cover has pretty much completely filtered on out of the region. That's going to allow those temperatures to really warm around the area, and what's going to allow us to hit what we call kind of convective temperatures. That's going to allow things to build as they move on into the areas. There's a lot of moisture in the atmosphere right now, and that's our next weather maker, is the fact that we are going to see the possibility of localized flooding conditions going into tonight with a very organized system that's going to be bringing the possibility of several inches of rain. Right now, your severe weather risk does have a slight risk that does include Amarillo and areas off towards the west. This is for the possibility of some strong winds, maybe a little bit of hail, and of course the aforementioned flooding risk. So here's what we have right now on your watches and warnings for your Friday. So you'll see from our southern row of counties everywhere north. This is basically the entire whole of what the Amarillo National Weather Service covers. They have issued a flood watch, and that's going to go into effect at 7 o'clock and last until sometime Saturday night. So we're looking at a pretty prolonged period, roughly around 24 hours worth, where those flooding conditions will be present. So with that in mind, let's jump right in, take a look at that high definition model run. Looking for things to be pretty quiet for the bulk of the afternoon. These next several hours, more sunshine than anything else, but we'll start to see things popping up there around the mountains of New Mexico. And then here it comes off the mountains, 8 o'clock this evening. There you start to see cells firing up towards our west, across the north, and then it's just going to pull off towards the southeast as we go into the overnight period. Look at this. This is midnight tonight. So anywhere from about 10 to 1 in the morning is going to be Amarillo's main time frame, but still could see isolated thunderstorms anywhere around 6 to 7 o'clock as well. But you can see very widespread. These are going to be one of those systems where you see rainfall rates of 2 inches an hour. The good news is thankfully these shouldn't be camping out for over an hour, as it's going to be a very fast moving system, but widespread in coverage. 5 a.m. for your Saturday morning, you're going to see widespread showers and thunderstorms around the area. As we go into your Saturday, thankfully the severe risk goes down, but we're just still going to see persisting showers around a lot of the area. This is 9 a.m. tomorrow, just scattered rain showers, lots of cloud cover. Overall activity not quite as robust, but we'll still see a few scattered thunderstorms going into tomorrow night as well. So this is just basically showing where that rainfall should be at its most focused, and you're going to notice places where that purple and that blue shows up. Of course, that's kind of right here around the Amarillo region, central to western parts of the area, a little more highly favored. Further off towards the east, though, you're still going to see places, of course, if your ground's saturated, if maybe an area where there's prone to runoff, that's where you're going to see that flooding risk. And that's, of course, where we want to remind you, turn around, don't drown. If you see water rushing across a roadway, of course, don't go through that, because it only takes a few inches of moving water to move a vehicle laterally. And of course, we want you to be informed as well. Go download our First Alert weather app, scan this QR code, or just look up KFDA weather in your respective app store, because here's the thing. You set it to your location. It's going to show you the latest watches and warnings for your area, so should any flash flood warnings get issued, you'll be the first to know. You can always check radar anytime. You'll see updates from myself, the rest of the First Alert weather team as well. So go ahead and get that app downloaded if you don't already have it. That'll have the best and latest information for you as we go into what could be an active evening. We're not looking at the most extreme flooding event possible, but still a couple inches could fall very quickly, and we want you to stay safe going into your Friday night as we kick off the weekend. We're going to see 90s out there for this afternoon, about 92 degrees, a mix of mid-90s, a touch cooler than yesterday, not by much, but still temperatures are technically below average. Then there's that rain cooled air, 78 by 10 o'clock tonight, maybe still some 80s off towards the south, and we'll be dropping into the 60s overnight. Winds today, thankfully pretty nice. They're pretty light as it is. We're going to see them continue to stay that way out of the south at maybe 5 to 15 miles an hour. Nothing all that crazy out there. And then for your Saturday, you're going to notice we're going to have the rain cooled air, we're going to have the cloud cover, and then the winds shift out of the north. That's all the ingredients we need to see a pretty stout cool down here in the forecast. As highs for your Saturday are going to be 80 degrees. That's nearly 15 degrees below average. You got 78 up in Clayton. And here's the thing. That sets the tone for the long-term forecast. You're going to see that right here on our 7-day outlook. 60% chance of those rain showers and thunderstorms going into this evening and tonight. 40% chance of just continuing rain showers starting tomorrow with a high of 80. We'll be at 84 on Sunday. Monday, kind of tapering off those rain chances a little bit. We won't completely say zero, but looks like things should be a little more scattered. Almost just, a little more non-existent those days. But then Tuesday and Wednesday, we start to pick that activity back up with the hottest temperature out of the next 7 days, not counting today, being about 87 degrees. I mean, that's not too often we get to roll our way into the middle to late parts of July. You know, statistically, one of our hottest times of the year outside of August, where we have highs in the 80s with near daily rain chances. So, of course, we're excited to see that. But like I said, really keeping an eye on that flood watch for this evening. So, again, download that First Alert Weather app. That will keep you up to date. Of course.